Could Liverpool be closing in on Jeremie Frimpong? Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another video. Liverpool Football Club are seemingly got the wheels in motion to make their first signing of the upcoming transfer window in the form of Bayer Leverkusen's Jeremie Frimpong. If reports are to be believed, Liverpool have stepped up their interest in recent days, and it does seem like everything is in working order for Jeremie Frimpong to become the first major signing for the Premier League champions in the upcoming summer transfer window. We're going to be talking about the potential of this big move materialising for Jeremie Frimpong to Liverpool. But before we go any further discussing all of that and much more, I would like to remind you all to please like the video and also subscribe if you are new. Both things will always and forever be greatly appreciated. And I also encourage you all to get involved in the comment section. Let me know what you guys are thinking and feeling about this potential transfer story. Your thoughts, comments, opinions, predictions, feelings, whatever you want to call it on this topic of discussion will sure make for interesting and great reading. So please do use and abuse that comment section, people. And without further ado, we're going to get on with the conversation ourselves. We're talking Jeremie Frimpong and a potential move to Liverpool being on the cards for this summer. Look, a lot of people have had their say on this. This has been a story that has been buzzing around for a while now. Not just in terms of Liverpool, there has been other interest, or a reported interest from a number of other clubs as well. But the Liverpool link seems to be the one that is the strongest. It seems to be the one that is more concrete. And it seems to be the one that a lot of top tier journalists are saying they are in pole position to make this signing happen are the Reds. So if things are to be believed, this could very well be happening. And of course, as we know from a lot of top tier journalists, there is a €35 million release clause in his contract. So the potential of this story moving very quickly at any given moment could be a very drastic possibility, especially considering that this release clause could be paid in full, but it doesn't have to necessarily be. There are reports out there suggesting that this could be paid in installments, which I think would suit a lot of clubs down to the ground, none more so than Liverpool, as we'll get on to discussing a little later. From a lot of journalists have been covering this story. One in particular, of course, Fabrizio Romano, the man in the know. He goes on to state that Liverpool are advancing in talks to sign Jeremie Frimpong after contacts reported last week. Understand Liverpool approached Bayer Leverkusen to discuss the €35 million release clause structure. Talks also underway on players' side, with Frimpong keen on joining Liverpool. Now, let me say first and foremost that this strikes me as the typical FSG deal, which is not necessarily a bad thing, especially if it makes sense, which this somewhat does. But when you consider that Jeremie Frimpong, the kind of player he is, which is a very fast attacking right back / right wing back, he's versatile. He can play in a back four, he can play in a back five, he can even play further afield as more of a winger. The kind of versatility of the man strikes me as a very good move for Liverpool and for FSG. When you consider as well that he is homegrown, he spent about a decade, I believe, in the Manchester City Academy before moving to Celtic, spending a couple of years there before obviously jumping ship to Bayer Leverkusen. So he is technically homegrown, and replacing that side of Trent Alexander-Arnold leaving is obviously going to be a big plus to obviously the squad overall, and obviously to the criteria that the Premier League have in store for clubs naming their squads for the season. He's 24 years of age, but has a lot of experience under his belt. He was a big cog in the machine at Bayer Leverkusen these past couple of years that saw them, of course, hit an invincible season, a season where they won the German domestic double, the Bundesliga, and of course the German Cup, and then of course reach a Europa League final as well, and obviously were one game away from what would have been an even more incredible and phenomenal season than what it already turned out to be. So he's got a lot of experience under his belt just from Bayer Leverkusen alone in that one particular season, but of course he has obviously went on to record 9 goals and 9 assists in that impressive season, and this season he's recorded 5 goals and 5 assists as well. So he does like to keep things even when it comes to his goal contributions. And on top of that as well, the €35 million release clause, which works out at roughly about 29.5 million. And the best part about it is it doesn't have to be paid all in one go. They can negotiate a deal where it can be paid in installments for him. So for me, all of those things and more strike me as being a perfect transfer for FSG and Liverpool. It suits them down to the ground. It suits them down to a T, in my personal opinion. Now, what do I think about it personally? Personally, for me, I'm intrigued by this. This wouldn't have necessarily been like my first choice of player to replace Trent Alexander-Arnold and provide both cover and competition for Conor Bradley. But I can understand, like I say, when I think about it more and more, I can understand the appeal of why Liverpool would want it. Because obviously, like I say, 24 years of age, the money right now is good, and for a player of his experience, that money is obviously going to be more beneficial. Not only that, but given the fact he is 24, give him 3 or 4 years to continue his development, continue his evolution. When he's about entering his prime, you very much could go on and sell him on for a neat little profit. So, like I say, it suits FSG even more so, and I can completely understand why they would obviously make this kind of signing. As far as obviously what my personal thoughts are outside of why I think it would suit FSG down to the ground, the player himself, a very good player. Like I say, got a lot of experience under his belt, is very much attacking minded for a fullback / wingback, is very versatile. I like those kind of attributes in a player. Defensively, he can be a little suspect, but let's face it, we've just spent the past several years dealing with a right back who is a little suspect himself defensively. Again, both of them not terribly defensively, both of them solid enough, but when they do make a mistake, it's normally a bad one, if you get what I mean. We've seen it from Trent, and I think we've seen it a few times from the way that Frimpong likes to get forward, that if he doesn't get back quick enough, it can lead to the opposition creating a very good opportunity for themselves to obviously score. But like I said, I'm intrigued by this, and I'm in some ways I'm excited by it as well because of the type of player he is. He is very attacking minded. His attacking prowess outweighs his defensive attributes. But he is going to be an exciting player because he's very explosive. He is very, very quick. He's recorded one of the quickest sprint speeds in the Bundesliga this season. He performs a lot of sprints in the Bundesliga as well. And as well as that, he likes to put a cross into the box as well. He's very much of that mindset of, can I get the ball into the box and provide an assist or a pre-assist for my teammate to score. So in a fair few ways, there are certain similarities and attributes that he shares with one Trent Alexander-Arnold, who of course will be leaving Liverpool this summer and of course going on to pastures new at Real Madrid. So in terms of the way that he plays, it's very similar to that of Trent. Now, he's a bit more explosive than Trent. He's a bit more technically gifted than Trent with the ball at his feet, which is why he likes to break forward. I'm intrigued by how this is going to work as well, because is this a sign that Arne Slot is planning on changing things? Is this a sign that Arne Slot can change things and is open to doing so? Whether it be a change in formation, the change in the way that we play. And I see a lot of people seeing this potential transfer and making comparisons to that of Achraf Hakimi at PSG, the way that he likes to bomb forward, the way that he likes to get himself into attacking positions. And I would just wonder whether or not that maybe Arne Slot has taken a leaf out of PSG's book. Maybe he's been inspired by the way that Hakimi plays for the French champions. And whether or not that Frimpong is going to play a sort of similar role in that regard when or if he comes to Liverpool. So that's something worth keeping your eye on as well. And not only that, but above all, like I say, with Trent leaving, it leaves a bit of a gap there. Conor Bradley is obviously going to be fitting into that gap, but Conor Bradley isn't the most reliable. He does have a few injuries behind him already at his young age, and even though us as Liverpool fans have taken to him really well and that we love the guy, he's obviously going to need some competition. And he's obviously going to need some cover for when either his injuries hit or he needs a rest or whatever. And Jeremie Frimpong, for me, could provide very good cover and very good competition, whether it's going to be Bradley that's going to be covering him or vice versa. I think that those two could work in good tandem and work very well together to push each other to evolve and continue to grow as senior level professionals. Like I say, for me, Bradley is very, very good. Very good attacking wise, very good defensively. We've seen how he's basically taken to the senior squad level and how he's basically done very well in Trent's absences these past couple of years. And I would suspect that's going to continue. But having Jeremie Frimpong there to provide that competition for him or provide that cover for him, whatever it's going to be, is, in my opinion, only going to push Bradley to get better and also going to push Frimpong to get better. That it's not just a given that you're a new signing and you're going to just go straight into the lineup. You have very good competition there, and competition that the loyal Liverpool fans, the Anfield faithful, are absolutely in love with already. There's only one, Conor Bradley. But no, like I say, I'm intrigued by this potential signing. This, in my opinion, suits FSG and Liverpool down to a T. I think it would provide a good competitive cover, competitive side and cover for Conor Bradley. I think it's a very good replacement for Trent Alexander-Arnold. Again, not perfect. I don't think it's the perfect replacement. I think there are maybe a few names out there that you could potentially suggest. But like I say, for the money involved, for the age range that he's in, for the experience he's already got, for the fact that he is homegrown, all of those things that I mentioned in this video, it does hit a particular sweet spot for both the owners and the club. And I think that is basically going to be something that tips it over the edge. So that's why I am saying that, in my personal opinion, this is going to happen. That's why I'm suggesting that this is going to happen. That Jeremie Frimpong will become a Liverpool player in the near future. And of course, like I say, this could happen at any given moment. This could really spring to life at any given moment, even more so than what it already has, because of that release clause. That means that there's a benchmark there, and I'm sure that Liverpool will negotiate with Leverkusen in maybe trying to work out a financial package for the deal. But just in case that they can't work out a deal, 35 million euros, 29.5 million pounds, I think will be something that Liverpool could just be forced to pay. I don't think they'll mind too much, but if they can get a deal out of it, I think that they would prefer the deal. But in my opinion, I think Jeremie Frimpong will become a Liverpool player in the near future. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'll hold my hands up, but I think that this is too good of an opportunity for both the club and the ownership and obviously the sporting director and everything to turn down. But yeah, it looks like it could potentially be a busy summer transfer window for Liverpool Football Club, and let's face it, I've said for a number of for a lengthy amount of time now that it needed to be, and maybe Jeremie Frimpong will be front and centre as the first signing through the door at Anfield this summer, if the move is to materialise. But those are just my thoughts, comments, opinions, predictions, feelings, whatever you want to call it, of this guy. I want to know what you guys think. What do you think about Jeremie Frimpong and a potential move to Liverpool? Is this a good move for Liverpool? Is this a good move for Frimpong? Let me know what you guys are thinking and feeling down below in that comment section. I would love to know what you guys have to say on this potential transfer story. Otherwise, hit the like button on the way out if you enjoyed the video. Subscribe if you are new or want to see more content like this. Both things will always and forever be greatly appreciated. And as always, thank you all so much for watching and listening. Thank you all for your brand new or continued support to the channel. It really does mean a lot to me. will always be appreciated. Never take it for granted. So thank you, thank you, thank you. You guys are absolutely awesome. I've been Fletch. This has been another Fletch Talks video, and I will soon speak to you all again soon in another video or live stream or whatever it may be. Cheers, guys. Thanks everyone for watching. Take care. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll speak to you all again very, very soon.